October 8th, 2024, Introduction to Sociology 1, Professor Otto Schandor-Getcher. Time for mini-test. Final score, 0, because the Wi-Fi isn't working for everyone in class. Oh well, proceed with the lesson, Professor Otto. This is my first time taking notes here, and I should have for the previous lessons because now the topics have become more technical. We're studying units of measurement and how to pull data and research questions. The hypothetico-deductive model is when you start with a hypothesis, then research it. It's top-down and not the best. Example, explanandum, what we want to explain. For example, why do Broadway plays get more standing ovations now? Explanatory theory. Which causal model of reality could provide the best explanation? Cognitive dissonance. If there is a perceived inconsistency between two things, the person will change one or both thoughts to make sense. I smoke and smoking causes cancer becomes smoking won't cause cancer this time. Why do we need explanatory theory? It joins data to data from similar contexts where causal connections have already been verified. Then comes hypothesis. Ticket prices went up so people applauded more for the show. The explanandum must logically come from the hypothesis to resolve cognitive dissonance. Alternative explanations. Being devil's advocate. How else could it happen? Shows have gotten better for real, or less sophisticated audiences like everything. After that, corroboration. What data do we get to test hypothesis? For example, do high-priced tickets get more standing ovations than lower ones? Refutation. What data shall we get to play devil's advocate? For example, the general opinion and professional reviews of shows, or background data on audiences. Boy, I am sick as fuck. Achoo! Some problems of explaining research, sampling on dependent variable. Why do people become drug addicts? By only looking at drug addicts, we're ignoring instances where drug addiction does not appear. Interesting. I never thought about this before. There is also the issue of spurious correlation. For example, the divorce rate rises with a drop in the price of butter. Another issue is confounding, mixing two things with a common cause. For example, many Budapesters with open-air swimming pools were atheists. It's because the atheists were young people in a communist country, not because atheists like swimming more. Now onto objectivity and values. He showed Durkheim's famous quote about science not being good or evil. According to Durkheim, if science can't tell us what to do, then it's useless, and there could be a scientific morality. According to Durkheim, there are scientific objective ways to choose what's good and bad for society. The model is health and illness in living organisms. For a characteristic of a society to be healthy, it must be normal. For it to be sick, it needs to be exceptional. Regularly throwing virgins in the volcano? Perfectly healthy society. If it's beneficial to the society, meaning it couldn't survive without it, if it follows directly from the nature of the society, it's typical because it couldn't be otherwise, like pain from childbirth, then it's okay. Crime is normal from the above criteria. It is typical and healthy for a society to have crime. It's sick if there is a large dip or spike in it. No society is capable of perfect social control, so it is natural for crime to exist. Crime would or could be beneficial for society because it can force positive social change, like Socrates dying for defying the religious sentiment at the time for the advancement of science. Now on to Weber's views on objectivity and values. Weber says science can't say what you should do, but what you can or want to do. Science can't tell if a goal is good, better, or worse than another. Weber says social science can tell how well a certain means is suited to a certain end and what consequences its application is likely to have. Social science can tell how compatible a goal is with other goals with certain worldviews, ideologies, to Weber. He also advocated for value freedom. He argued against scientifically founded values, and the social sciences shouldn't study with that in mind. However, value relevance, the idea that social scientific inquiry is bound to values, is important to him. Now, mini test time. Score, 3 out of 5. Damn, I need to study more. Notes from the Undergrad, Chapter 6, Simon Hill.